I've been training to build muscle on and off for years, but about 2 weeks ago, Jensen and I set out to embark on a grand road trip across the southernmost part of Australia in a place called Tasmania. The only thing about Tasmania is that many of the places are remote and don't have close access to a gym, and I have no interest in losing all of the muscle that I've spent months and years building. So how am I going to be maintaining my muscle, you might be asking? Well, one of the ways that I'm going to be doing that is through eating a high protein diet. Eating a diet with enough protein for our bodies is one of the ways that we're able to minimize muscle loss, since our body uses the protein that we eat to repair tissues, make hormones, heal itself, fortify our immune system, and so when it doesn't have enough protein from our diets, it can break down our muscles as a source of amino acids. And this is the reason that eating a diet high in protein can help maintain our muscle mass. That being said, it's not the easiest thing to make a high protein foods on the road without a kitchen, so in this video I'm going to share with you 4 of the current high protein meals that I've been making recently while traveling on the road. These meals use minimal cooking equipment, are pretty quick to make, and use ingredients that you can find at most supermarkets or stores. And 2 of the meals don't use a stove, the other 2 we can cook up with our nifty camping stove. Meal number 1 will be a veggie egg scramble, and we're using a travel stove so that we can cook our hot food while we're at our campsites. All you really need for this recipe is eggs, your vegetable choice, and a wrap or pita or carbohydrate source of your choice. 3 eggs gets you 18 grams of protein, and adding in some peas will get you to about 25 grams. So I just add the eggs into the pan here, stir them periodically as they cook, and I like to add in my frozen vegetable a little bit before the eggs are fully cooked so that it can get nice and warm with the eggs. Or if I'm using spinach or a different vegetable that is fresh, I'll throw that in towards the end of the egg cooking process. I always salt my eggs for a little bit of extra flavor, and voila, add this to a wrap or a whole grain pita, or have a different carbohydrate source on the side, and that is meal number 1. Moving into meal number 2. So we made this as a quick meal after hiking in a Tasmanian state park, and you literally can't get any easier. It's a tuna and veggie burrito wrap. You can find wild-caught tuna packets at the store, super cheap. They're like $1.50 per packet, and each of them have 20 grams of protein. So you just add your tuna, a sauce of choice. This could be sriracha, hummus, any other sauce. Or if you're in the middle of a state park and have tragically 0 sauces on you, you can add none, which is unfortunately what we did in this situation. Then add in whatever vegetable that you have. In this case, unfortunately, it was peas, but I prefer to add in some mixed greens usually. Throw them all into the wrap it up, and there you go. That is meal number 2. Each of these has at least 25 grams of protein, so if you have 2, that's 50 right there. Or you can add in 1.5 tuna packets for a little bit of extra protein boost. Moving into high protein meal number 3. This one you do need your stove for because it's pasta bolognese. I personally used soy nuggets as my protein source, but other than that you just need pasta, red sauce, and of course your veggie option. I opted for pasta sauce without added sugar to make it a little bit more healthy. And you just start by boiling the water that you need to cook your pasta. Once that's done, you throw in your pasta of choice. I used whole wheat rotini there for a little bit of higher fiber, which helps me stay more full for longer. And once your pasta is boiled, leave a few cups of water, dump out the rest just on the side, but you can leave in a few cups of water to add in your soy nuggets. So these will soak up the water pretty fast until they're expanded. It takes about 10 minutes or so. Once you've added in your soy protein, just throw the lid on so that they can soak up the water and steam within the pan. I always like to test mine to make sure that they're fully cooked to my liking, and then once all the water is gone and they are fully cooked, just add in your marinara of choice and then throw in your veg of choice. I went with frozen peas. They melted in the pasta pretty quickly. Super easy way to get in some greens, and then you just mix it all up and voila. And that is your pasta bolognese. One serving of the soy protein is about 25 grams of protein, and paired with whole wheat pasta, that brings up to over 30 grams of protein per meal. You get in your veg, protein, and some healthy fibers, and it's delicious, so can't go wrong. Alright, so my ultimate go-to high protein snack or meal is protein oatmeal. I know, it's too easy, but it's a staple in my breakfast and my snack itinerary. So all you have to do here is heat up about 2 cups of water per 1 cup of oatmeal. Once the water is almost boiling, I'll just add in my oats, let them soak up the water, and just stir the oats in the water until it's at the consistency that you prefer. I like it a little bit thicker, then a little bit more watery, so I'll let them heat for a bit longer. And I'll also use a bit less water. Then you just mix the oats with about 1 heaping serving of protein powder, which for me is a chocolate plant-based mixture. Has about 25 grams of protein per scoop, and so it's super high in protein. Tastes like chocolate, can't go wrong. It's absolutely delicious, and I'm obsessed. After some thorough mixing, aka 5 years of mixing, just kidding, it's only about 2 minutes, but feels like forever, I'll add in my blueberries or peanut butter for some nutrients and then a bit of healthy fats, and that is a nice 35 grams of protein right there for breakfast or midday snack, all sorted.